my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Hope everybody is having a nice day and that your week's going well so far. Let's light some candles. I've got something really special to show you tonight. So these were late arrivals from Cheryl at the Oneness Employment. What I mean by late arrivals is they didn't arrive in time for the spotlight that we did a week last Saturday, almost 2 weeks ago already. I've still got so many decks to show of that, but I wanted to show these because I want to start using them. My excitement is palpable. So Cheryl sent them last week and they arrived a couple of days ago. This is the first opportunity I've had to have a look at them. So as you'll have seen, all I've done is taken the bag off this, so we'll take the decks out. These are the new Somnia decks. Just so you're aware, I do have the original, I'll have a look at that in a second, and also the illustrated editions of this deck. These I picked up from Watkins on very different times, visits to London. I've had this one, I've just pull it in order. I've had this one for basically since its release. I think it is absolutely magnificent. Just really, really beautiful. I mean, they are known for representing dream journals, experiences that the creator Nicolas Bruno had of sleep paralysis, and as well as the subconscious imagery, but they are really powerful images to work with. I've heard so many people saying that they use them for shadow work, introspection. I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, they do follow an RWS, but I wouldn't necessarily say they were beginner friendly. Maybe that's a bit unfair, but just on personal experience, because they are quite a powerful tool. I never bought the separate guidebook that came with this because they were sold separately. And then I heard anyway that the illustrated version, and this is beautiful. It's got an extra card. I'll just pop that in there for now. This is, it came with, excuse me, this little book, and for all intents and purposes, from what I understand, it's pretty much got the same information in as you would when you buy the separate book anyway. So although the font is quite small because of that, but yeah, I thought, well, that's good enough for me. You will see the difference here. I mean, there is a difference in size. This is more a standard tarot size, the illustrated version, as you can see. Whereas this version, which is the original, comes with a border. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger, the image. And you can see it's a lot more zoomed in on the illustrated version. But I really wanted to get this because, one, I wanted to support the creator. This was gold edged as well, and with this beautiful kind of maroon background, whereas this isn't edged, but it's that brilliant white, so it almost feels like it doesn't need it anyway. But I did find that I gravitated more towards the photographic deck than the illustrated deck, although I'm really pleased to have it in my collection. There's just something more hauntingly beautiful about these images. I would say cinematic, you know, because the quality of the photography, they use props and things that are built by Nicolas as well, to create the images. And it just reminds me of being on like a film set. It's just magnificent. Love it. So I was really thrilled. I'm going to put this one away. Do we need a bit of light? Let's put a little bit of light on. I was really thrilled when Cheryl, I got notification by email that Cheryl had popped the 2 new editions in the post. Now, one is an oracle, which is this one, which is really cool. It is called the Somnia Tarot, but you'll see up here it says Oracle Series. So I'm thinking, oh, is this the start of a series of Oracle decks? And I think it still has, if not 78 cards, and it's something pretty close to that. Definitely 70 plus cards anyway. It doesn't say on the back from what I can see. And then this is the revised edition. And I know it's borderless. And I think the font has changed with it being borderless, because obviously with this deck, the font and numbers are within the border. Whether it's gilded now, I don't know. Whether it's still the same size, I don't know. And I also think that some of the images have been lightened as well, so they might not be as shadowy. That's my understanding. So I'm going to pop the oracle to one side. I just want to have a look in this. So we've got a little thank you card. When you support a small business, you're supporting a dream. Your purchase made my day. I hope this package brightens yours. I really appreciate your support. Now, I don't know if that, because there's an art card here, 2 art cards, then a card from Cheryl, whether this is Cheryl's or Nicolas's. I think it's Cheryl's. I think I've seen that before. And as you can see, we've got 2 art cards, which are just beautiful. Really gorgeous. And then we have rings, which is a altar card that's part of Cheryl's Witch's Runes range. So it will say rings on the back, and then a little bit about the rune of rings for the Witch's Runes. So they're always lovely to get a couple of extra bits in the post, in your little package from One's Emporium. Let's get my trusty seam ripper out and we'll take a look. Now, it's going to be interesting because I quite like, now, at one time I used to be, oh, borderless, I just want borderless. And whether it's because I've got more into historic decks recently, but I quite like a border again all of a sudden. Unless it really adds something, because I do trim some decks if the border is too ornate or I just think it distracts too much, then I will take off borders with my guillotine and corner rounder and stuff like that. And then sometimes you really see that the images have popped when you do that. Case in point is like the crystal tarot, how I trim that down. And I love this now, borderless, it's beautiful. So, you know, it depends whether I feel it adds or distracts, whether I keep it or take them off. Having 2 versions is ideal. So one of the changes is that they've kept the wraparound box that was an improvement when the illustrated version came out, as you can see. And it's got all this gold foiling on the inside, and it looks like they've kept that too here. Different images, of course, but it's more in keeping with the packaging and production of the illustrated. The original was in a 2-part box. Now, I'm pleased that they changed it, because the problem with this at first was it was quite stiff to get out, and there's nowhere for you to put your fingers, but over time, you know, that has eased up quite a bit. but I do like these wraparound boxes, the magnetic closure. So as you can see here, really beautiful. Again, we've got a book, so really pleased I didn't buy the book because I've got 2 versions of the book now. Again, oh, it is gilded. This is the inside. And in keeping with the illustrated edition, the backs, although obviously this is, like I said, like a maroon colour, but they have the same back design with this compass and these rings, so they match now. I would imagine a lot of people, because these are borderless as well, will perhaps pair these 2 together. I just hope this one doesn't get forgotten completely. Oh, we've got a couple of cards here. Don't know why I've got 2. Oh, it's a 10% off coupon. The Somnia Tarot by Nicolas Bruno. Use this code and then 10% off your next order. So that's nice. Let's go in here if I can. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit. Okay. Look how gorgeous that is. It is hard to read though, but it is night time and I've got artificial light, but cardstock is lovely. I think it's 400 GSM. I did make a note of that somewhere, so let me just have a look. So, maybe I didn't make a note of it, but I seem to think it was 400 GSM. Beautiful. Look at the sparkly edges, and the backs are gorgeous. Okay, so they are smaller cards, so they are, as I say, more in keeping with the illustrated edition. You can see here the size difference. I would say it's probably, but it's not. It's still zoomed in, like the illustrated, and you get in the room. You see the floorboards here all the way down. You can also see that it is lighter. You can see more details, particularly if you look at the bedpost, the headboard here, the ropes on the floor. They do stand out a lot more. Let's pop that. This is gorgeous cardstock, really nice. Okay, so what's the best way of doing this? Let's bring this down here. We'll do a quick comparison. I like the fact that the images are zoomed in as well, and the gold accents of the title and the number is a nice addition to excuse me, the image. Yeah, the image just seems a little bit more refined. There's more colour balance. Oh, maybe they're not in order. Bear with. Okay, so it actually turns out that they were in order. Just got a couple of cards. I always do that. A couple of cards out of order. So, case in point, what I was saying about how the preferences between bordered and unbordered, or borderless, not unbordered, and how the images can really pop. This is a classic example of that. I mean, just look at this image. This one is beautiful, and if I only had this deck, I'd be more than happy. But the image really does seem to stand out more, just seems more defined, really. I would say that also the print quality just feels a little bit improved, a little bit better. It's been improved. There's more vibrancy, more depth in the colours of the refined version. I mean, there's something very haunting about this deck anyway. And when I showed the original, there were people who was like, I don't know, I just find it a little bit disturbing. And that appeals to me. I always remember reading Patrick Valenza's work in his big tome of a Deviant Moon book, where he said, you know, if you feel uncomfortable by any of the images, that's an opportunity to sit with it and consider why you feel uncomfortable. What is it that's making you feel uncomfortable? Where's that coming from? And then really unpack that. And I guess that's the essence of what shadow work is, isn't it? I love how in this version you're obviously seeing the you know, the light reflected in the garment more than in here. Oh, why have I suddenly gone blurry? Not quite sure. Don't have it on cinematic or anything. So what do you guys think in terms of the differences? At first I thought they were quite subtle, but actually I mean, this one I would say is quite subtle. You can see there's a more of a rich colour here, but having a borderless edition really does give it something extra. I really love the shadow here, the reflection. So I would say, you know, the kind of words that spring to mind is surreal, moody. It's deeply symbolic. And the idea of this deck is to kind of explore that that space between dream and reality. It's deeply psychological. And I think it really lends itself well to working with it for introspection, as I mentioned. Not everybody is in the right place for shadow work, and I think you have to approach it with caution and with care. But certainly introspection. Each card really invites narrative, doesn't it? And emotional connection rather than it being literal. I find decks like this, you know, that give you that sort of gut feeling, that visceral reaction to the images, are telling you something. There is an emotional connection rather than a literal interpretation. I love the Two of Swords. This is definitely improved. And it's funny, isn't it? Because when I heard that there was is it revised or refined? Have a look at what it says on the box. Revised. I was like, well, how can you improve on this? And if it's just gone borderless, fine, but yeah, there just seemed to be more of a sharpness and a more clarity of the images. And yeah, I mean, it's great to have the, you know, gold embellishments of the numbers and the title, but that's not the be and end all by any stretch. But and if anybody leaves comments asking if this is digital artwork, it is not digital artwork. It's fine art, photographic art. Fine art, photographic art. I know what I mean. It's very unique, but in the sense that it's fine art, photographic process, rather than digital artwork. These are scenes that were created, like I said, with props. A lot of them handmade props for the purposes of creating these scenes for the tarot deck. And as you can see, it blends sculpture, costume, photography into these beautiful and haunting dream scenes. And whatever edition you have, you know, savor it, because all of the editions actually are high quality production, all of them. So I wouldn't be disappointed. I mean, I'm thrilled to have them all, but I wouldn't be disappointed if I just had one of the three, not including the Oracle, of course, but of the Somnia Tarot decks. And this deck, you know, it seems to appeal to tarot readers, art collectors, and fans of photography and surrealism. I don't know if I need to continue showing all the side by side now. I think we've got the idea, but I will continue showing this latest edition, just in case it is your first time here, it's the first time seeing this deck. Oh, look at that. I love that. You know, they waited for the perfect shot to get that swing. I can't imagine how long it would have taken to create 78 scenes. This one, which is the page, is just brilliant. Look, you almost think you're getting a glimpse in. It looks a little bit like a skull. Knight. Wonderful. This arm turning the wheel. This is our cup suit. And again, you can, because they're wet, you can almost make out their features, their facial features. Head in a bucket. So things to note, as well as why I've talked about how it stands out. The imagery can be dark and unsettling, but again, I like that. I like to sit with that and explore why and unpack why. But as I said, it might not necessarily be ideal for beginners. And also to note, you know, the pricing. I would say in some cases, particularly when I bought it from Watkins, it was a lot of money. But then I had to think about, you know, the fact that the premium pricing reflects the deck's art house production, and the fact that these are, you know, thick, high quality cards, really good quality. Some people comment about thicker cardstock affecting shuffle ability. Again though, I do have large hands, so that's another reason just to be mindful of, but I don't find, oh look, there's an additional one. Oh, it's a pendulum board, look. How interesting is that? That's good to have. Yeah, I don't find these difficult to shuffle at all. In fact, I find them that they shuffle with ease. The cardstock is so lovely, this matte cardstock, that, you know, I don't struggle with it. I think I've shuffled in the title card. I'll find that later. Yeah, I don't struggle with this. Oh, we have the death card. This happened last night. I showed a deck last night and shuffled it and pulled a card, and it was the death card. So there's some message there about something ending and a new beginning, a transitional period. It's probably relating to my work situation because I'm training to undertake a new role. So yeah, I can take that. Okay, the Oracle then. Let's have a look at this. I've not seen any of these cards at all. Again, in keeping, magnetic box. We've got the gold stamping here. We've got a book, very similar to the tarot book. It looks to be pretty much the same. Yeah, same backs. What colour? I can't work out. Let's have a look. Exactly what colour this is. I wonder if it's maroon again, like the... No, it's not. It's also like a bluey colour. Although the box looks a little bit darker. It's similar to the illustrator, but you can see there's a darker tone there. Interesting. It's almost like a mauve. Mauve? Not showing me age. Okay. So does the book tell me? That's the revised edition, don't get that mixed up. I'll just put the book, Oracle, how many cards there are. Oh, they're not numbered. Unless the index tells me. Okay, the veil, yes, so it looks like, oh, it looks like there's 82. The veil, the ancestor. Yeah, so it looks like there's 82 cards. That's amazing. 82, look, the bottom, the catharsis. Ah, no, that's the pages. Ignore me. It doesn't tell you, unless it tells you on the cards. We'll have a look. We've got the title card again. Yeah, they're not numbered. But I seem to remember somewhere that there's, it's right in front of me, 74. There's 74 cards. And it continues that theme of the world beyond the veil. So we're starting at the beginning with the veil and that veil being pulled back, and we're seeing the light coming through from the beyond. So yeah, really exploring the dream world. We have the ancestor, the guide, passage, the anima and the animus, the persona. I love that. That's a powerful image. The shadow. Again, these are the same gorgeous 400 GSM. The self. Looks like everything is there. The fated 3. Absolution. The beacon. The cash. The ward. Oh, look at that. How brilliant is that? This is the fatigue card. Love it. The impasse. The stirring. Oh my gosh, look at that. The presence. Wow, it's the stuff of nightmares. I love the glow under the bed. The journal. This would be really good for intuitive journaling as well. The Watchman. Look at that. The Watchman. I'm gonna work with this immediately. Look at that, the Haven. How beautiful is that image? It has the same surreal aesthetic, but not, obviously not based on a tarot structure. So I would imagine people will use it to work with the tarot, perhaps use it as clarifying on tarot readings that you're using with Somnia, but it's not necessary, it's not compulsory. This, I just think, would be, look at that, caught in midair. This can be used on its own, as I said, for either shadow work, reflection, intuitive journaling, or laying a few cards down and doing like a storyboard. Spirit of air, spirit of fire, spirit of water, and spirit of earth. Love the green. Immersion. Gosh, I've had dreams like that before. Illumination. So we're not just having the on every card. The Alchemist, Oh, look at that, the messenger. That's taken from the cover of the both the original and the revised tarot cards. The tether. Ensnared by the captor. The escape artist. See what I mean? This really could be like a storyboard as well. I know they'll come out in different orders, but the reckoning. Wow, the dowsing, is it? Yeah, the dowsing. Bastion. I mean, even as an artist, you'd have to rarely trust, wouldn't you? Dispute, severance, deluge. I mean, you can tell that these locations are really remote. But wouldn't you, you know, if you're out walking your dog and you, you come across these scenes that are being set up. Malevolence, divergence. I love the fact that this is an oracle deck that has a really good amount of cards to work with. The burden. Feels like a 10 of Wands scene, doesn't it? Wow, look at that. That's an imagery now, the catharsis. And again, we have a pendulum board, which is gorgeous. Wow, what quality. Really, really beautiful. So, there we have it. All four editions of the Somnia Tarot. So we have the Somnia Tarot, the original. We have the Somnia Tarot Oracle, the Somnia Tarot Illustrated, and the Somnia Tarot Revised Edition. All are wonderful, really wonderful. Let me know what you think. Do you have any of the Somnia decks? Maybe like me, you had the first edition and more than happy with the first edition. I do feel we get something extra with the revised edition. Sadly, for some reason, I don't use the illustrated as much as I thought I would. Maybe if that had been the only deck available, but I get more of a gut reaction to the photographic images. The cinematic nature of them really, really speak to me. And I'm going to love working with the Somnia Tarot Oracle. But let me know your thoughts on all of them and how you work with these decks in particular. I'd be intrigued to understand and hear from you about that. Don't forget as well that these decks, particularly if you're in the UK, It's wonderful that, you know, as I said, Cheryl from Oneness Emporium is now stocking independently produced decks. That really, really helps with shipping and customs and all that horrible stuff. There will be a link in the description to Oneness Emporium, and Cheryl has very graciously, even though these are independently produced decks, is allowing the discount code of 10% off if you use Hermits10, which is here at the bottom at checkout at the Oneness Emporium shop. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.